Alright, so this is one. And
Cardamom seeds.
here is 12 more.
Whoa!
So this is anti-inflammatory spices. So this will like clean out your body and get in better shape and be able to fight all the bad stuff easier.
Great.
And then,
I'm gonna need a spice rack.
yeah. And then when you cook and you get stuff over, you can put it in glass instead of Tupperware.
Oh, good. I was looking for this like yesterday, and I couldn't find anything but plastic.
Oh, good.
So this is great. I'm gonna put that here.
Alright, so I wanted to see what you normally cook. Like something you would make for yourself for lunch or dinner or...
Oh, this would be probably for dinner because
Okay.
I'm cooking it now. So I'm going to cook some quinoa,
Okay.
some white and red quinoa, and
Oh,
sometimes
nice.
I also buy black just to
Yeah.
kind of mix up the color, and they also have slightly different textures.
Exactly.
There we go. And then add the
The wild rice?
wild rice.
Oh, cool.
And I just put like a handful on top,
Okay.
whatever. And then I'm going to open the oven and have the prepared dish come out. So we'll put that in.
Okay.
And now I want 3 cups of water.
Okay.
So we're going to go and get our magic water.
Alright. Is that what you call it, the magic
Yes,
water?
I
Oh,
do.
that's cool. I love it.
And it really doesn't affect the flavor that much.
Okay.
It does, add a little color to it, but I also know that it's one of those really great ingredients.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, exactly. They do have this in a flake form, but I kind of like it like this. And you chop it up. This is also something that you probably just cut up with the scissors, either way.
So what were your sisters saying when you saw them?
They're like, wow, you look really good. And I say, I'm working at it really hard.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Do you feel good? Like, do you feel better, good, great, normal?
I feel completely normal. I feel completely great.
When was the last time you went to the doctor's?
3 weeks ago,
Okay.
and I'll be going next week.
Okay.
Say, good boy.
Wow.
That is a good boy. He loves his carrots.
It's okay. It's okay, I have a dog too. I know what it's all about. So in the area of spirituality, will you say you're doing great, or you say so-so, or...
I would have to think about what exactly that means. I
Okay.
mean,
And how about education? Do you feel like you're still learning
oh,
things?
well, yeah, and I just bought a second flute, and I found
Oh,
it at a
wow.
flea market, a solid silver open hole flute, which are very hard to find, because
You play the flute?
I was a really, really accomplished flute player.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that was when I was in my teens, and now I do scales and I want to cry. It's just like, oh no, I want to take some lessons and get back in.
Okay.
I still have all my old music books.
Oh, the sheets?
Yeah, and I look at like something with like 5 flats in the key signature, and I'm thinking, how did I do that? This is, again, solid silver, and it's open hold. And this is what it means by open hold. And if you learn on an open hold, you have much better tonality.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, though, when people learn, and they're usually a lot younger, your fingers can't quite hit the open holes.
Okay.
So what you do is you learn on a closed hold flute.
Okay.
But by the time you should switch to an open hole flute, your hands have grown. You already have bad practices of hitting the keys on the sides.
Oh.
And to completely change how you're doing your fingering is like relearning how to play the instrument. So I was fortunate in having these big kind of hands.
Piano hands?
Yeah, when I was young, so I learned on an open hold. So, and it just has a lot better tone.
Can we hear a little?
Oh, I can play like one note.
Okay.
I will just play with one note.
And how would you say your health is?
Well, except for deadly disease, I'm really good.
Okay. How about home cooking?
That reminds me to check on the quinoa.
Yeah. Hi, Felix. How's your home environment?
Here it's a little bit cluttered because I just came from out of town, but
It's not only about looks, it's about, if you're coming home to like a husband who is driving you crazy, so you like feeling
I like
sunny,
my little place here. It's just it's my cozy little cubbyhole, yeah.
So you feel good about your home
This
environment?
and the one in Harlem, which I love. That's like, my big kingdom. This is my little kingdom. So.
Okay. And how about the joy in your life? Are you joyful most of the time, or?
I'm definitely getting to be more so.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the plane. And I have my dog, and because I had switched flights, there was a 5-hour delay, and I called my sister and I said, I'm not doing this. And I went back home, changed my flight. So I get back on this flight, and now my seat, because I have the dog, I try to get a seat towards the front. No, I'm way towards the back, but I had just booked it the day before. And I get there, and sitting, what was going to be sitting right next to me was a very small infant that was already getting very squirmy, and I just went, and this woman comes up to me and she said, would you like to switch seats with me? And I said, really? And she goes, I'm just back 2 rows and I'm on the aisle. And I said, oh, how convenient, instead of being at the window and squishing in. I said, that's so nice of you.
Oh, good.
And I said, bless you. I said, that is just so sweet. She goes, she told me later, she said, I saw the look on your face when you're looking at the infant. But as I was sitting on the plane, she handed me this note.
Oh, let's see what it is.
And it said, for the weary traveler, from the inclusive Celtic priest.
Okay.
And it says, Bonacht, verses 4 and 5. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life.
Oh, how nice.
And that's from the Irish poet John O'Donoghue.
That's very nice.
I was like, that's amazing. Nobody's ever done something like that to me. And I just thought, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
So I gave her a big hug when we came off the plane.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So.
See how little things you can do for someone else.
It's
incredible. It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to draw the magic line here.
Ooh.
This is one of the best, actually, ones that I've ever done. To be honest with you. Not a lot of people have all of these up here. This is kind of incredible. I've never seen anything like this before. Your only career and kind of spirituality that you need to work on. That's amazing.
And again, it's just like the joy is definitely coming, because I mean, and I told this woman, I said, this really resonates with me because I'm like battling cancer.
Yeah.
And she goes, and you still have a smile on your face. I said, well, if this is all we get. So we'll just stir it up a little bit. So this is with kale, with dulse, with turmeric, and our red and white quinoa. Cover some parsley. Nice. We're also going to add some pumpkin seeds.
Lots of sinking pumpkin seeds. Which is really good.
Is there? Okay, good. And we'll have just a splash of our amino acids for flavor.
We're flavoring stuff pretty similarly, you and I. That's funny. We use the same.
Okay. And here you are, madame.
Oh, do you do tomatoes over this too?
Oh, I forgot the tomatoes.
How can you forget the tomatoes?
I don't know, they're sitting in front of me. So these are just sliced in half.
Okay.
Right on top. There.
How nice.
Now we're ready.
Thank you. Wow, this looks really nice. You got it? Alright, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Where do you sit meat?
Oh, like here?
In front of the computer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.